Williams' Fantasia on a Theme by Thomas Tallis, his reimagining of that melody, which was written by Tallis in 1567, originally as a psalm chant for the Archbishop of Canterbury at the time, and it certainly gives that piece its distinctly English atmosphere. A landmark work that helped establish Vaughan Williams' very English sound, and the Aurora Orchestra was conducted in that recording by Nigel Short. Well, still to come here on BBC Radio 3 Breakfast Before 8 o'clock. Peter Donahoe plays Chopin, and I have a song for Toronto by Kate Nishimura coming up after this.
Explore 1,000 years of classical music with BBC Radio 3. Haydn pushing the boundaries of a symphony.
What the audiences do, they understand the symphony as a specially distinct form.
Beethoven developing what a string quartet can do. The arrival of the household piano. And opera mania for Rossini. Join me, Gillian Moore.
And me, Simon Sharma, as we travel from the late 18th century into the Romantic era.
Key Changes, Radio 3's essential history of classical music. Listen now on BBC Sounds.
this music by the Japanese-Canadian composer Kate Nishimura, who is based in Ontario. But a few years ago, she relocated there from Toronto, and that piece is about that transition. It's called Heareth, which is actually a Welsh word, and it doesn't have a direct translation in English. But I think loosely it means a feeling that is a kind of combination of homesickness, wistfulness, and nostalgia, and especially when referring to a place or a time in a person's life. The euphonium captured that feeling, whatever it is, so perfectly in that recording. It was played by David Childs, and Christopher Williams played piano. And there is plenty of melodic and very serene chamber music, and also soothing classical works over on our sister station, Radio 3 Unwind, which is 24/7 classical music to soothe the senses. So you can listen on digital and also on BBC Sounds. Just ask your smart speaker to play Radio 3 Unwind. Well, this is Radio 3 Breakfast with me, Elizabeth Holker. The second movement of C.P.E. Bach's Flute Concerto in A minor next. Music which is celebrated now for being especially expressive for the time. And it really is also in this performance from Emmanuel Pau.